So the Revenge drop is this Sunday, December 22nd at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You guys can calculate what time that'll be for you, but this is the normal time that it always happens. It was originally scheduled for December 15th, but because of the passing of Juice WRLD, Jared Higgins, the drop was pushed back to December 20th, which would have been Friday, and then once again pushed back to that Sunday, just because I think everybody prefers the Sunday drops. They probably vocalized that, so it was moved to that day. With that being said, I am recording this video a week early before they have dropped the lookbook and before they have dropped the finalized list, and I am basing it off of this drop list that was posted I think a month and a half ago. So if you do see a cut at some point and I'm wearing different clothes, that means a lot changed in the drop list or something, so I decided to add a little bit more to the video to keep you guys more up to date. So getting into the drop list, it actually looks like it's shaping up to be a decently sized drop, maybe a little bit bigger than some of their normal ones. To start off, you have the baseball jersey, which was teased a very long time ago, and you just basically got that baseball jersey, kind of like an athletic font they use, and then the first letter is colored in, which a lot of people didn't really seem to care too much about. And I think it's an interesting choice to color in the first letter. I personally think it would look better either all colored in or filled in, or else either all empty, but that's just my opinion, and I will not be going for this piece, but it's definitely not a bad Revenge piece. Next up is the split crew neck, and we have seen some crew necks like this drop earlier this year. We had the black and red. I think they dropped the black and blue. I'm not sure. I can't really remember, but they also had a pink and white one. And then they teased this one shortly after that, and it's finally releasing. A lot of people are interested in it. The crew necks are definitely of a higher quality. The embroidery on them is pretty nice, but there were some issues with loose threads. I know mine didn't really have any loose threads, but one of the threads was white, which was kind of weird on the top of one of the letters. And then I know some people had some issues down here where the seam meets on the cuffs that started coming apart, but that's what I mean by loose threads. I'm not sure if anybody actually had loose threads on the embroidery. I'm actually not too big of a fan of this. I know way back Revenge did split band tees. I think it was like Guns N' Roses and like Metallica or something. I think that looks way cooler, and I'm just not too crazy about this split crew neck. I don't know. Next up, we have the skull work jacket coming in a black and a red colorway. And when I say the colorways, you know, be a little lenient on that because they might change with the drop list actually being finalized after I'm shooting this video. But yeah, you just have this big skull on the back, then Revenge on the chest, and they actually have a sweatshirt or a hoodie like this also. I'm not sure if that's dropping. It's hard to tell on the drop list by the names of them, but they also have a hoodie like that. I saw some people on the subreddit hating on this jacket, and I think it's pretty cool. The picture that they did, or one of the pictures they used to tease it right before the drop, was like super exposed, or like saturation was way too high or something like that, and it looked really bad in that picture. But from the ones that they teased a long time ago, I think it looks pretty cool, and judging on the price point, it might be a decent piece to pick up. I know Revenge is charged pretty high for some of the recent items, like the crew necks and flannels have been pretty outrageous, and they have done work jackets before, but I'm not exactly sure what the pricing will be on that. Maybe I'll throw it up on the screen if I do some research. Next up are the simple logo shorts, which is actually something I'm looking forward to copying. Before I get too much into it, I have gotten some Revenge shorts before, and I think the sizing is a little weird. They're not very long, like lengthwise. They're gonna be pretty high up on your thighs, so possibly size up, but that's also kind of dangerous because the ones that I got at least did not have like any drawstrings or anything on the inside or the outside. It was just an elastic band. But yeah, keep that in mind. For the most part, these are pretty simple. You just have the ARC logo on the side, and I think these are a very basic piece and nice, but if you are not into that, they have some louder ones because they have the iridescent colorway, which I think is pretty cool, and then they also have a 3M colorway, which is very flashy. Too flashy for me. Same with the iridescent, that's just like too much for me to pull off, I feel. But they have a black and white colorway, which is much more quiet, which I will probably go for, and then they also have a blue colorway. We also have the striped tee in a black colorway and then a navy colorway. Just a striped t-shirt. You have the Revenge ARC logo here, and then for some reason they put the Revenge ARC logo very big across the bottom back, which I don't agree with. A lot of people were ripping on this also. I think it's a strange design decision. It would have been a lot better with just the chest ARC logo, in my opinion. We're also getting 3-pack tees in black and white, and I think we already saw the black ones release, but before he was talking about like making this stuff unlimited stock on the website, but it just seems like they're adding it to each drop, like doing a restock, which I guess kind of makes sense if they don't want to keep having to get like certain quantities of it made to have it unlimited stock. So just restocking every drop sort of makes sense, but I don't know. And then similarly with the black tees that we saw already released, we have the underwear coming in a black, which has obviously already been released, and also a red colorway, which I am excited for. And these ones have been confirmed, so these will be in the drop. It's just basically like the Supreme Hanes underwear, but instead of the banding on the waist being Supreme, you have a bunch of little Revenge Arc logos and then a nice little Revenge Arc logo embroidered on the thigh. Next up, you have the photo tee coming in black and white, and I'm not exactly sure what this is. I know they got Chief Keef, and somebody showed a Chief Keef photo tee or like a mugshot tee. Maybe it'll be that, but I'll throw a picture up of what it actually is. And then in addition, we also have a 3M logo tee. Not quite sure what that is, but it's allegedly coming in black, white, and red. We have the work jacket hoodie. We also have the lightning deck, and I think this is cool. It's a cool design. I've heard that Revenge decks are pretty low quality, like the wood used to make them is low quality, so keep that in mind if you are going to get this for anything other than just a decorative piece. But I do think it is a cool design. It's cool to see the lightning logo actually being implemented with lightning surrounding it. I think it'd be cool to put this on a t-shirt or something, have the lightning going all over the place, like just branching off from it, or maybe like coming down from the shoulders and forming the Revenge lightning logo. Something like that would be cool. And then last of all, we have the logo deck, which I'm assuming is just the ARC logo deck. We've seen a couple of these drop before, I want to say. I'm just guessing this is going to be a different colorway of it, or maybe a restock. I'm not exactly sure what they're planning to do with this in terms of colorways. But yeah, that wraps up the drop list that was teased like a month and a half ago. So there probably is going to be a lot of stuff that does change. And like I said, maybe I'll insert some more footage of me talking if there is a lot that does change. But with that being said, that is the end of the drop list. So what do you guys think of the drop? Are you planning on copying anything? Also keep an eye out because I will go live, do a live stream probably like an hour before the drop, just to hang out with you guys. We can mess around, try to crack the password or whatever, and you can get a little like live cop reaction, whatever. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hope you're doing all right. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll catch you in the next video.